Hi, everyone. This is Tom Parmalee. I'm the editor of Funeral Service Insider, part of Kates-Boylston Publications. And as part of our newsletter, we are periodically going to be speaking with some industry leaders. And I'm very happy to have our first guest for this feature, Allison Sullivan, who I've had the pleasure of working with for over 10 years now. She is the publisher of Kates-Boylston Publications. Welcome, Allison.
Thank you, Tom. Glad to be here.
Well, first, I just wanted to, allow our readers and our subscribers just to know a little bit more about you. So why don't you tell me, how did you come to work at Kates-Boylston Publications in the first place, and how long have you worked here?
Sure. So I've been with Kates-Boylston Publications now going on 17 years, I think. Um, I'm going to have to think way back. Feels like it was a long time ago, but I was working for a test prep publisher out in Princeton, New Jersey, and I had small little kids. My youngest was under 1 year old, and I was commuting probably close to 2 hours, a little over 2 hours every day to get to work, and started just kind of looking around, seeing if I could find something that was closer to home so I wasn't spending so much time on the road. I was going through the newspaper looking at help wanted ads, and I came across Kates-Boylston, and I didn't know much about what Kates-Boylston was, and I figured I'd give them a call and see what happened. I went in for an interview, and I can remember sitting in the conference room looking at these publications thinking, what have I got myself into? Death care? I don't know if I'm prepared for this. And I remember looking through the publications and thinking, well, I can do this. These are some really wonderful publications. And at the time I was working as an art director, and I figured I could really make them look wonderful and kind of change them up a little. And that's basically how I started at Kates-Boylston. Been there ever since.
And what do you like best about working at Kates-Boylston?
I think the best part about working at Kates-Boylston is definitely the people. I have worked for several other different industries before Kates-Boylston in the death care, and one thing that I really love about this industry is I feel like everybody really comes together, and it's a great group of people, and to me that's the best part.
And this question might throw you off a little bit, but tell us something that might surprise us about you. What is something that, a lot of people might not know about you?
Surprise. Well, probably an interesting fact is that when I originally went to school, I was an architecture major, and my big dream when I was a kid was to be an architect. My grandfather was an architect, and I can remember sitting on his lap and over the drafting table and watching him do his drawings, and that's what I wanted to do. And then I went away to school for architecture, and said this is entirely too much math and science, and changed completely.
Now with COVID-19, is your team working virtually now?
Yeah, absolutely. We're all working from home. Um, Seems to be working pretty well. I'll definitely miss seeing everybody in the office, though. It's definitely been a big change for me.
What about funeral service? Is there anything that has particularly surprised you about how this crisis has affected funeral service, or how funeral professionals have responded to working in this environment?
Yeah, I think, coming from outside the industry, I have a perspective of what people maybe think outside of the industry. And I think a lot of the time, funeral service gets a bad rap in the news and the media, and they don't necessarily see all the good things that you and I see in the industry on a daily basis and what people are doing. And I think even though this whole pandemic and everything that's going on has been absolutely horrible, and I would do anything to go back 2 months when this was all normal, I think it really spotlighted how important, how valuable funeral service is to everyone, and how much the death care industry has really stepped up. And I think it's nice seeing a lot of good things in the news about the death care industry, rather than all the stuff that we normally see about just the bad things or things that go wrong. For the first time in a long time, I feel like they're focusing on a lot of great things the industry does for people.
And you recently held a virtual cremation innovator summit. And how did that come about and what was the response?
So we were supposed to have the Cremation Innovator Summit in Philly, and everything with the pandemic and COVID-19 hit, and it was scheduled for the beginning of May, and about 5, 6 weeks out, we knew we weren't going to be able to hold it in person. And we still wanted to make sure that we were, offering this valuable education seminar to all of death care. And so we started talking about ways we could kind of put that out there for you guys under current circumstances. And the team got together, we did a lot of brainstorming, and we decided that with the sponsors behind us and everything, that we would put it online virtually and invite all funeral directors, cemeterians, everyone in the industry to come out and watch it free of charge and see how that kind of went. So it sort of kind of fell all into place and happened by accident, but was extremely successful. And we've heard some great things, not only from people who attended, but also the sponsors, and the team had a good time doing it. The speakers were fantastic, and it's probably something we'll look at doing more in the future.
And you also, I think several months ago, launched digital versions of the magazines, right? American Funeral
Yeah,
Director and American Cemetery and Cremation.
absolutely.
How has the reader response been on those digital issues?
It's been great. The digital circulation continues to grow, so that tells me that people are reading it. It's really an exciting time because we can offer things on the digital side that we can't obviously do in print. So it complements the print issue in so many ways. We can include videos, we can include direct links to things, we can add more content. So it's really basically just to complement those print editions that everybody's used to reading on a monthly basis, and help it make it be available to you maybe necessary when you're traveling and things like that. So it just sort of opens up a lot of different avenues for our readers.
And the on-site events, are they coming back later this year?
Absolutely. September, we've got 2 scheduled for Charleston. The brand new technology think tank, which we're really excited about, that is being held on September 17th. And then immediately following, we'll be doing an in-person Cremation Innovator Summit. So we're real excited about that.
Sounds exciting. And what about your annual business plan conference? Is that coming
Absolutely.
back
I
as
didn't
well?
forget. We've got the funeral service business plan and the cremation strategies. They're both coming up in December in Nashville, December 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, and we're looking forward to having those as well. Seeing
Sounds
everybody out
exciting.
there. Yeah. It'll be
Um,
nice to finally see everybody. So we're looking forward to it.
and what are you most looking forward to once this crisis is over? Hopefully sooner rather than later.
Honestly, I am looking forward to being able to go to a Sunday dinner with my mom, my dad, and my grandmother, and just have a nice dinner, a relaxing meal, all of us together. That probably is my top of my list, just being with family again.
And any final thoughts, anything you want to share with the funeral professionals out there, your subscribers, your readers?
Yeah, I want to definitely say thank you for everything you've done. You guys have been under an enormous amount of pressure the last couple of months, and what we've seen and stories and different things that funeral directors are doing to help families is just, it's really amazing. They are all of you are the unsung heroes, and uh, I want to just say thank you to them. Yeah, definitely, really wonderful to see, and you know, definitely thank you. I had recently lost my father-in-law during this pandemic, and I saw how important it was for them to have some sort of connection, and the cemeterian we dealt with was absolutely amazing, and what you guys do really matters, and it matters to everybody. So thank you.
Well, I certainly share those sentiments, and I want to thank you, Allison, for joining me here today. And I hope all of you will join us again by tuning into these videos.
Yeah,
Thank
thank
you.
you for having me, Tom. Been great.